Welcome, everyone. This is the regular monthly meeting of the Town of Clinton Zoning Board of Appeals on Wednesday, February 18th. I'm sorry, looking wrong time. Wednesday, April 15th, 2026, 7:05 p.m. in the Rose Room in Town Hall. Calling the meeting to order. And the chair, Laura Jaffe. And could you please take attendance?
Yes. So Lori Jaffe, chair here. Tom Schultz.
Here.
Carol Walter is absent. Joseph Alves.
Right here.
Teresa O'Rourke.
Here.
Maureen Noonan. Bruce King.
Here.
John Whittle.
Present.
Since we have 4 members here, I am going to seat John Whittle, the alternate John Whittle is a member for this evening. For Carol Walter.
Okay, thank you.
Right, number 2, minutes review and approval of the February 18th, 2026 regular monthly meeting minutes. And I'll ask for a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll make the motion.
That's Terry.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, that's John Whittle. Is there any discussion from the members? We'll take a vote. All in favor of the motion to approve? Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion. Next on the agenda, the chair comments, and I don't have any comments. Number 4, 4A, new business. First item of new business. ZBA 26-1, 11 Country Village Lane. Assessors map 20/lot 6/lot 117A R30 zone. Amanda Grabowski applicant to apply for a variance for land owned by Clinton Land Trust, Land Conservation Trust Inc. owner. The application is received as of today. And the public hearing for this matter will be open today. And I'm going to ask Tom Schultz, ZBA Secretary, to read the legal notice of public hearing.
Town of Clinton Zoning Board of Appeals, Andrews Memorial Town Hall, 54 East Main Street, Clinton, Connecticut, 06413. Legal notice of public hearing, Town of Clinton in the Town Hall Rose Room. The Town of Clinton Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, April 15th, 2026 at 7 p.m. in the Rose Room to consider the following. A. ZBA-26-1.11 Country Village Lane, Assessors Map 20/Block 6/Lot 117A. R-30 zone. Amanda Grabowski applicant to apply for a variance for land owned by Clinton Land Conservation Trust Incorporated owner. Project description in conjunction with State Project 0027-0129 replacement of bridge number 06956 carrying County Village Lane over unnamed brook. Connecticut Department of Transportation Department proposed to acquire 1,890 plus square feet from the subject property. As a result of the proposed acquisition, the department is seeking a lot size variance to section 26.11.1. At said hearing, all persons will have the right to be heard and written communication received. The application and accompanying maps and correspondence are available for public inspection on the town's website. Anyone requiring special accommodation to participate in the public meeting should contact the land office at 860-669-6133. Laurie Jaffe, Chair, Town of Clinton ZBA. Printed twice in Harbor News on 4/2/26 and 4/9/26. All info noted in OpenGov and attached under application.
Thank you. Very briefly, steps that we'll take tonight. The applicant will present his case, board will ask questions, give comments, staff will give comments, if any. I will address the record, I will ask if there's any public testimony. And then I will ask if the applicant has any further comments, and the board will decide if the public hearing should be closed this evening. So is there a representative for the applicant here this evening?
Yeah, that'd be me, Zachary Garino online. So
Can you all hear him okay?
Yeah, can you hear me all right?
Can you turn that off up there? Is that too loud? The air
Oh,
conditioner? Oh, yeah.
How do I sound now?
Good, we're gonna turn off the air conditioning unit because I think it's a little bit loud on that side of the room.
Yep.
Yeah, better. I'm gonna make him a co-host. Okay. Oops.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear us?
Yep, I hear you guys. Okay.
Okay, please
Ready?
proceed.
All right. Well, obviously not Amanda. She prepared the application online. My name is Zach Garino from the Connecticut DOT. And I'm here on the behalf of the Clinton Land Conservation Trust, Inc., who's the property owner. And as was stated, there's a replacement of Bridge 06956, which carries Country Village Lane over the unnamed brook. And in connection with that project, as stated, we're proposing to acquire 1,890 plus or minus square feet from the property at 11 Country Village Lane to facilitate the new bridge structure. And as a result, the lot was going to be further non-conforming in lieu of the 30,000 square feet that's required for that R30 zone. It's going to go from the existing 28,431 down to 26,541. And the reduction of this lot size triggers Connecticut General Statutes sections 4824, where the condemning authority, which would be the DOT in this case, must obtain a zoning variance on behalf of the owner for the remainder of the property, and failure to obtain a lot size variance may result in the total acquisition of the property. In conclusion, I'd like to be seeking a lot size variance so that the property owner, at no fault of their own, has to lose the entire property as a part of this project. And some context for the project overall is that this is obviously a town road, and the town has requested the DOT to be a part of replacing this bridge. It's part of the federal local bridge program. And we've been coordinating with the Director of Public Works and the town in general to be replacing this bridge. So any property that the town or the DOT acquires as part of the project is actually going to be later transferred over to the town. And I could actually, you think you made me the co-host to share the screen?
Yes, I do.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll just share the screen real quick. Screen two. Let me know when you can see that.
So it says we're viewing your
Oh, there.
screen. It just came up.
Okay, perfect. So as part of my application, I submitted the property map, which is what we'd be using for the real estate's conveyance map, which shows the proposed taking area here, kind of in the shaded area, as well as the existing and proposed lot size. And as you can see, as part of it's going to be a culvert. The new culvert is larger. It's a precast box culvert, and the new structure will be on what is now currently the Land Conservation Trust property. So in order for the structure to be completely within what's going to be the town's right-of-way eventually, we're proposing this taking, so it allows for the full structure to be not on private property, and for there to be general access and maintenance for the town in the future, so they can get to the structure, look at the outlet and inlet, do any maintenance. So that's the proposed taking. And as part of the project, we need this for the structure. The lot is already non-conforming. It was part of a open space as part of the subdivision for this area, and actually have that up. Give me one moment here. This is the map on file for the subdivision, and here's the acreage that we calculated from the application. So it was really never designed to be a buildable lot. It was a remnant parcel, and it's just wetlands and river. And it was essentially the same thing on the south side, we're also proposing an acquisition as well, but it just happens to be a large enough lot. So it was never buildable, so it was already undersized. We're proposing to buy something, making it further non-conforming, and the statute requires me to get a variance. So that's the consideration that I'm asking for a variance for. Any questions or anything? I don't know if I can take them now or not, but
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Does anyone on the board have any board members have any questions to ask Mr. Marina? I have a question. We will get to public testimony. Okay. All right. First, we will hear from the board. Okay.
Clarifying, both sides of the road are land trust.
That's correct. Yep. And we're proposing an acquisition on both sides. Like I said, it just happens to be the northern parcel is the undersized non-conforming lot. And there's also other, for the record here, there's other acquisitions from the neighboring properties, but they are all temporary construction easements to allow for the construction and temporary utility relocation. But the primary fee taking is from the Land Conservation Trust on both sides.
Another question. Is the Clinton Land Trust a quasi-governmental agency or is strictly private?
From my understanding, it's strictly private.
Does anyone else have any comments or questions?
Actually, yes. Just you mentioned wetlands and so forth. What are some considerations environmentally in those areas that are wetlands?
Yep. Yeah. So as part of the project overall, they're still going to need to be getting certain permits, Army Corps, and also the towns and the wetland permits. Those are going to be handled by the engineering team. I'm from the real estate side of the department, so there will still have to be coordination with the town in other ways, but this is more purely for the actual land acquisition piece.
And getting this variance, if this variance is approved, that is really the only way that the property owner can receive compensation down the road. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct. So we really can't move forward with making an offer to the property owner until we have the variance, because we need to know, I don't know, are we able to get do the smaller take? Or are we going to have to propose the entire property? So once we have the answer to this question, then we can actually start presenting a written offer to the property owner, begin the negotiations, and work towards a closing. So yeah, this is really the first step in that process.
Are there any other comments of any other board members?
I had asked earlier if the two parcels across the street from each other could be joined, but I looked up that they can't be because they're separated by the road. And that would have addressed the non-conforming part of it if they had been able to be merged. One way or the other, it's all going to end up being owned by the town, correct?
I'll let him, yeah.
That's correct. Yeah, it's going to be transferred to the town after the project, so it'll become part of the town's right of way on Country Village Lane.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm reading here, it says the replacement of the culvert will provide environmental benefits for the brook. What are the environmental benefits, that you're gonna get from this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really here to only speak about the variance, but I could offer, at least from my general understanding, the better opening will be easier for passage through. There's going to be putting down natural stream bed material, which helps fish passage, and also just better flowage of the current waterway. Right now, there's 4 culverts. It's going to be 1 open culvert, and it just help with the water flow as well.
I have one more question. Is there any kind of flooding occurring now as a result of the existing structure?
That I honestly don't know the answer to. There was a public informational meeting held about a year ago in February where they went over some of the existing conditions and some of the issues and why they're proposing the new structure. I don't necessarily know off the top of my head about any existing kind of flooding issues, but I know for sure that one of the key elements for the replacement of this structure is the deterioration of the piping inside. It's been rusted through and is causing some undermining as well of the structure overall. So I can't speak to specifics of that at this time, but I know that that's one of the key components of the project is addressing the structure and the deterioration of the pipes.
Thank you.
Any other board comments? Are there any staff comments?
No.
We do have documents in the record. Are there any other documents that you wish to have added to the record at this time?
That map that I had pulled up, the one on file with had like the subdivision. I didn't actually submit that to my application, but that's where the area came from. So I think I'm all right with the plans that I already submitted.
Is there anyone here in the public that wishes to testify either in favor of this application or opposed to it, or neither in favor nor opposed? Okay. Would you, excuse me, would you care to identify yourself?
Karen McLaughlin, we own 15 Country Village Lane. And it abuts the waterway, the spillway and the waterway. And I was just wondering if you're going to do anything with the creek. Are you going to do any digging or that sort of thing?
Yeah. I don't know offhand, but I know they usually try to reduce any kind of work in the waterway and really more of just establishing the channel banks. I don't think there's any plans to reroute or change the natural water course here. It's really just more about the structure and restoring the banks around the structure, but I don't think there's any plans to like relocate the brook in any way or do any major excavation of the water.
I just wondered if they were going to make it deeper or wider or, that sort of thing.
Yeah. My understanding is it's really going to be around the same.
Yeah.
The same banks.
Is there anyone who wishes to speak in favor of this application? And that's fine.
Can I just ask a question? I'm Kathy Fagan, 9 Country Village Lane, basically right where it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have an estimated time when it's happening?
Yeah. So right now the project is proposed to begin spring of 2027 and would be finishing the fall of 2027. And during the construction, the bridge will be remaining open throughout the construction. They're going to have alternating one-way traffic on the bridge to allow for there to be cars going through, and all residents will have their driveway access.
Access to our driveway.
Yep.
Because our driveway is basically right there, as you know.
Yeah. All the abutting property owners, including you, will have access to their driveway at all times during the project.
And so there's no disruption to the stream flow. It'll just keep going during the construction.
Yep.
Okay.
And a lot of times if there's any need, they'll have a temporary bypass. I don't have all the details in front of me, but a lot of times if they need to work in a dry area, they will set up a temporary bypass pipe to always keep the flow of the river or brook going. So they're never going to dam it up or anything.
Okay.
We have to ask this 3 times. It's one of our requirements. Is there anyone who wishes to speak, anyone else, or anyone who wishes to speak in favor of this application? Is there anyone who wishes to speak in favor? Is there anyone who wishes to speak in favor? Is there anyone who wishes to speak in opposition to this application? Is there anyone who wishes to speak in opposition? Is there anyone who wishes to speak in opposition? Is there anyone who wishes to speak who is neither who is neutral, who is neither in favor nor opposed to this application? Is there anyone who wishes to speak who is neutral? Is there anyone who wishes to speak who is neutral? Does the applicant have any further comments?
Not at this time.
Excuse me, I think Kara wanted to
I
add.
didn't want to interrupt, but can I get the spelling of your names? I'm sorry, I missed. It was Karen
McLaughlin,
M.
McLaughlin.
and 15 Country Village Lane.
15 Country Village.
And may I ask your name again? I missed.
It's the last name is Fagan, Fagan, in 9 Country Village.
In 9 Country Village. And your first name?
It's Kathy.
Kathy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. At this time, the board will decide if the public hearing should be closed. In other words, if we have enough information to make a decision on this application. Does anyone, do any board members wish to express their belief whether as to whether or not that she has enough information to close the public hearing?
I have enough information.
I don't know.
Okay, that's John. I have enough. Lori?
Tom Schultz, I have enough.
As do I, Joe Alves.
Since the consensus is that there seems that the board has enough information, I will ask for a motion to close the public hearing in ZBA 26-1.
I'll make the motion, Terry Wood.
Is there a second?
I'll second that, Lori.
Okay, it's Joe. Okay. Is there any further discussion among the board? All right, can we do a roll call vote, please? Karen?
To close?
Yeah.
Okay.
A motion to close
Okay.
the public hearing.
Do I say Lori's name? On
Yeah.
the roll call? Okay. Lori Jaffe,
Yes.
Tom Schultz,
Yes.
Joseph Alves,
Yes.
Teresa O'Rourke,
Yes.
and it was John Whittle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any more minutes? At this point, since the public hearing is closed, we will begin deliberation on ZBA 26-1. Assessors map 20, block 6, lots 117A, R30 zone. Amanda Grosky applicant to apply for a variance for land owned by the Land Conservation Trust Inc. Owner. Project description in conjunction with state project 0027-0139. Replacement bridge number 06956, carrying Country Village Lane over the unnamed brook. The Connecticut Department of Transportation Department proposed to acquire 1,890 plus or minus square feet from the subject property. As a result of the proposed acquisition, the department is seeking a lot size variance of section 26.11.1 to allow for the reduction of the lot from the existing 28,431 plus or minus square feet to 26,541 plus or minus square feet in lieu of the required 30,000 square feet. The board has 65 days from today's date to close the public hearing to make a decision. The documents that are necessary for our deliberation and consideration are in the record. That has been confirmed by the applicant. Are there any further board comments at this time?
Yeah.
Any comments? Any comments? I would just say that I think the applicant, the factors that are that really stand out for me especially are that the replacement of the culvert appears to be necessary for safety, and the replacement of the culvert will provide benefits, environmental benefits for the brook. And also mentioned tonight by the applicant, deterioration of the piping, and also the fact that this property is not, it wasn't designed to be a residence or to be a structure, to be, a home or a business. It was never buildable, and I think that this is necessary for the reasons that are set forth by the applicant. Does staff have any comments?
No. I mean, I have a draft motion if you'd like to use it.
Is everyone seeing a copy of the draft motion? Yes. I will entertain a motion to approve ZBA 26-1.
I'll make the motion, Terry Wood.
Oh, you want to read it?
I move to approve ZBA 26-1 for 11 Country Village Lane to grant 26,541 square feet where 30,000 square feet is required for the minimum lot size in the R30 zone. as shown on the following plans entitled Right of Way Survey, Town of Clinton, map showing easement acquired from Clinton Land Conservation Trust Incorporated by the State of Connecticut Department of Transportation, Country Village land over unnamed brook, prepared by James A. Fallon, PD, Chief Engineer, Bureau of Engineering and Construction, dated March 2026, and adopt the collective following findings of fact. 1, the application has met public notice and hearing requirements pursuant to Connecticut General Statutes, Chapter 124, Section 8-7B. 2, the change to the lot size will not adversely affect the use of the property. 3, the replacement of the culvert is necessary for safety. 4, the replacement of the culvert will provide environmental benefits for the brook. And 5, strict enforcement of minimum lot size for this property would result in a hardship pursuant to Section 13.2 of the Clinton zoning regulations.
Thank you, Terry. Is there a second?
Second.
Yes. John? Any further discussion? Could you do a roll call vote, please?
Sure. Lori Jaffe,
Yes.
Tom Schultz,
Yes.
Joseph Alves,
Yes.
Teresa O'Rourke,
Yes.
John Whittle.
Yes.
The variance carries. Yes. Thank you. Okay, moving on, to item 4B, ZBA 26-2, Shore Grove Road. Assessors map 69, lot 70, lot 19, R15 zone, David Seeger applicant, Lori Seeger owner. After the fact variance request to section 26.11.26 for the front west setback for the house and shed, and section 26.11.8 for the south side setback for the shed. I'm going to recuse myself because I'm in a butter. My property is across the street from this structure. And I'm appointing Tom Schultz, the board secretary, to serve as the chair for this matter.
Just be careful, there's one right here.
Oh,
So this is just to receive and schedule the public hearing. It'll be in May. So if you'd like, I wrote a draft motion for that. Just if you don't have it, I can bring in the see, we brought extras. Do we have that on the reflection roof? There's one there. If you want, need extra. There you go. So basically, if you want, you can just leave that, and then that's the draft motion. If you choose. The board wants to do it that way. You're welcome.
Summary, the applicant David Seeger is requesting after the fact variances for property owner Laurie Seeger for 5 Shore Grove Road, Clinton, Connecticut. The applicant has submitted zoning location survey as built property of Laurie Seeger, 5 Shore Grove Road, Lot 3, Shore Grove subdivision, Clinton, Connecticut, prepared by Scott Catton, licensed surveyor, dated 2/20/2026. The variance being sought are front west setback of 28 feet for the house and 4.8 feet for the shed, where 30 feet is required for zoning regulation 26.11.6. Side south setback of 4 feet for the shed, where 15 feet is required for zoning regulation 26.11.8. Here's the draft motion. Move to receive ZBA application ZBA 26-2 for 5 Shore Grove Road, assessors map 69, slash block 70, lot 19, R15 zone. David Seeger, applicant, Laurie Seeger, owner. After the fact variance requests to section 26.11.6 for the front west setback from the house, which is at 28.5 feet, and shed, which is at 4.8 feet, where 30 feet is required, and to section 26.11.8 for the south side setback for the shed for 4 feet, where 15 feet is required, and to schedule a public hearing for Wednesday, May 20th at 7 p.m. at the Andrews Memorial Town Hall, 54 East Main Street, Clinton, Connecticut, 06413. So I ask for a motion.
Yeah.
I'll make the motion,
Okay.
Terry.
Okay, Terry.
Yes. And do I have a second?
I'll second the time.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll just let Lori know.
You have to vote on
Yeah, you can do that.
it? You can do it while you're on.
Get that long.
Would you take a roll call vote?
Sure. Tom Schultz,
Yes.
Joseph Alves,
Yes.
Teresa O'Rourke,
Yes.
and John Whittle.
Yes.
Okay.
Motion is carried.
Are there any comments?
We normally have to approve,
Oh, yeah, you have to vote.
do we?
You have to,
I don't remember having to accept applications.
it gets automatically received, but we vote to receive it and schedule a public hearing, and then we hold the public hearing the following month. Just the state bridge was an anomaly, so.
And, can I ask a quick question about it?
Well, we haven't opened the public hearing yet, but,
Do I need to start out then?
no, I mean, it's,
No, it's about this one and one of the other ones, it's just the wording on after the fact.
it means that they did something and I caught it in the as-built. So, the after the facts are typically when somebody applies for a permit, if they don't ask for the variance then when they need it, say they do something and they make a mistake in the field or something like that, and then when the as-built comes to me, I have to check the as-built against what they proposed, and I make sure everything's zoning compliant, and if I catch something that's not, then I don't have the authority to approve it, it has to go to the ZBA.
Okay, thank you.
We were now on item 4C.
Do you
ZBA
have any?
26 Franklin Street, 82 High Street, Assessors Map 44, /block 26, lot 11, R20 zone, Bill Roman, applicant. Third, Geo, owner. The after the fact request for variance for berm coverage to section 26.11.14. It's before us to receive application and schedule public hearing. I will entertain a motion to receive ZBA 26-3 and schedule the public hearing. That motion has been circulated.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, that's Tom. Is there a second?
I'll make the second.
Is there any discussion? Any discussion? All right, we will take a vote. We do a roll call vote, please?
Sure. Lori Jaffe,
Yes.
Tom Schultz,
Yes.
Joseph Alves,
Yes.
Teresa O'Rourke,
Yes.
and John Whittle.
Yes.
Did we have someone actually read the we didn't actually get somebody read it statement.
It could be as per the draft motion.
Okay, we'll
Yeah,
just do the draft motion.
yeah, I think that's
So the
fine.
public hearing will be scheduled for May 20th.
Yeah.
Moving along to item 4D, ZBA 26-4, 32 Old Town Road, Assessors Map 20 /block 6 /lot 57, zone 160. Robert and Brianna Otzi, Gatsby, owners, Brianna Gatsby, appellant, Robert Gatsby, and Brianna Lucio Gatsby, property owners. Appeal of the April 2nd, 2026 cease and desist order issued by the zoning enforcement officer for violations to Town of Clinton Planning and Zoning Regulations, sections 27.1, 71, 12.53, 3B, and 12.53, 3.1. Appeal of CEO decision, proceeding scheduled for public hearing. I believe the members have received, well, actually, there was a draft motion that our staff has prepared. And I will entertain a motion, and I can supply this to someone who would like to make that motion. Terry?
I move to receive ZBA application ZBA 26-4 for 32 Old Nod Road, Assessors Map 20, Block 6, Lot 57, R60, and IPZ zones. Brianna Gadsby, appellant, Robert Gadsby and Brianna Muccio Gadsby, I apologize for mispronunciation. Property owners, appeal of the April 2nd, 2026 cease and desist order issued by the zoning enforcement officer for violations to Town of Clinton planning and zoning regulations, sections 27.1.71, 12.53.3B, and 12.53.3.1, or L. And to schedule a public hearing for Wednesday, May 20th, 2025,
Should be 6.
2026, at 7 p.m. at the Andrews Memorial Town Hall, 54 East Main Street, Clinton, Connecticut, 06413.
Thank you, Terry. Is there a second of this motion?
Second.
Any discussion on this motion? Can we do a roll call vote, please?
Yes. Lori Jaffe,
Yes.
Tom Schultz,
Yes.
Joseph Alves.
Yes.
Teresa O'Rourke.
Yes.
And John Whittle.
Yes.
Motion carries. Yes. Thank you. Item number 5 on the agenda is old business. I have none. Does the staff have any
No,
old
old
business?
business.
Anyone else?
No.
Old business? Item number 6, correspondence. Does the staff have any correspondence?
Nothing.
Okay. Has anyone received any correspondence? I'll let them know. I will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion.
All right, second? I'll second it. I will assume no discussion, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank you all. Okay.
Today's gonna be a long meeting.
Yeah.
Stop recording. Yes.